Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarini. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim. Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Param Ananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye. Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vindhameshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Baldev Prabhu, Priti Mataji, Girish Prabhu, Pauline Mataji, Avni Mataji, Sheetal Mataji, Sharma Mataji, and um, I'm forgetting her name, Mataji. Sorry. Mataji, can you remind the one on iPhone? Hare Krishna. So we are reading, today is session 8 of this book, Beginner's Guide to Krishna Consciousness. And we are reading this section about Kirtan. So yesterday we spoke about, or we read about the need for sadhana, and we discussed quite a few points about that topic. So today's topic is Kirtan. So if anyone feeling inspired to read this section, you can raise your hand, and especially if you haven't got a chance this week to read. Yes, Baldev Prabhu, you want to read?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Harvesting devotees, Dandar Pranam, all grace to Srila Prabhupada. Kirtana. Hare Namo, Hare Namo, Hare Namo Ibo Kevalam, Kalo Nasti Eba Nasti Eba Nasti Eba Gotir Onnatha. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. Brihan Naradiya Puran. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Iti Sarasokam Nam Nam, Koli Kalmoshanashanam, Natho Paratara Payo, Sarva Vedishu Drishyate. These 16 names of the Hare Krishna mantra are the only means to counteract the evil effects of Kali Yuga. In all the Vedas, it is seen that to cross the ocean of nescience, there is no alternative to the chanting of the holy name. Koli Shantaran Upanishad. Chanting the holy names of the Hori is the Yuga Dharma, recommended religious process of the age for Kali Yuga. The importance of this chanting cannot be stressed too much. Everyone should chant these holy names as much as possible. These are two ways of chanting: loudly, usually to the accompaniment of mridanga, drums, and kartalas. This is called Kirtana. And softly, mostly for oneself to hear, this is called japa. There are two ways of Kirtana is the simple to perform among a group of devotees. One leads the Kirtan, that is, he sings first. Then the other devotees follow, that is, they sing the same words in unison to the same tune. Generally, the tunes sung are simple so that everyone can easily follow. As described above, the most important mantra is the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very important section. The whole movement is based on this Kirtan, the transcendental sound. And there are many, many verses which glorify Kirtan, but these two are often quoted. In the age of Kali Yuga, this is the only remedy. Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. There's no other way, no other way, no other way. So Kirtan, Kirti means glory. When we sing the glory of Lord Krishna in the form of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when done individually, called japa, and when done collectively with accompanied by some music and instruments, it's called kirtan. So we must do both. And the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, very, very easy. Only three words, Hare Krishna and Ram. Everyone can sing. It does not matter what melody we sing or what instrument, or if at all we use any instrument. The main thing is it's a call from the heart. When Krishna hears that, mm, it's a call, sincere call to the Supreme Lord. Oh Lord, I am yours. And anyone and everyone can chant in every city, in every town, young or old, literate or illiterate, male or female, Indian or American, anyone and everyone can chant. There is no restriction, no hard and fast rules, right? It's a very, very simple process. Iti Shodashaka, 16 syllable word, mantra, to counteract the evil effects of Kali Yuga. To counteract the evil effects of Kali Yuga. This is very, very important. So a lot can be said about Kirtan, but when we are doing it individually or group japa, we should always be mindful of the surroundings also. We should be mindful of the surroundings in the sense that while doing Kirtan, keep it's simple. Generally, tunes sung are simple, so everyone can easily follow. Um, Kirtan should not become a display of one's musical talents. Kirtan should not be done for one's glorification. Kirtan means to glorify Krishna, but sometimes it could become one's own glorification. Oh, let me show how nicely I play mridanga. Let me show how nicely I play harmonium or kartal, etc. Um, One has to be very careful of one's intentions. Kirtan means to sing the glories of Krishna, and there's a lot of do's and don'ts for every service. Same applies to Kirtan also. Keep it simple and engaging and uplifting, so that and absorbing. Mm. Let's read the next part. What is the meaning of this mantra? Yes, Subal Prabhu, you want to read?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandat Pranam, all Krishna Srila Prabhupada. This means, O Krishna, O energy of Krishna, please engage me in your service. Hare refers to the internal energy of Krishna. Hare, Srimati Radharani. Krishna and Rama are the principal names of all attractive Supreme Personality of Godhead, the reservoir of pleasure. In our kirtans, the Mahamantra should be chanted most of the time as taught by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. However, before chanting the Mahamantra, we should chant Srila Prabhupada's Pranama Mantra, see songs, and Panchatattva Mahamantra, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. The Panchatattva mantra is chanted before the Hare Krishna mantra to invoke the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and his associates, and thus help us overcome offenses incurred while chanting Hare Krishna. There are also many authorized bhajans and mantras composed by great devotees. These songs enhance devotional modes, and it is good for devotees to learn at least a few of the most important Vaishnava bhajans, especially those in Songs of the Vaishnava Acharyas, a book published by Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. Very good. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very, very straightforward and clear. Before, so the meaning is shared. What does the Hare Krishna Mahamantra mean? Hare, in Sanskrit, the feminine is addressed as in the like Hare. Hara becomes Hare. Radha becomes Radhe, right? Lata becomes Late. Since Sambodhan while addressing. So Hare Krishna, O energy of the Supreme Lord. O Krishna, O Almighty, Govinda, Madhusudana, please engage me in your service. Like a child who is lost in a fair, does not know where to go, where is the father, where is the mother, genuinely crying, looking for the parents. In that mood, with that yearning from the heart, one should do kirtan. And as mentioned here, we must memorize the Panchatattva mantra, which is very, very easy and straightforward to overcome the offenses. To chant Krishna's name, we are not even qualified to chant because of so many anarthas in my heart. But Lord Chaitanya is the one who's saying, okay, do it, because he is so magnanimous, so merciful, that he, although a wretched person like me has no qualification, but Lord Chaitanya says we are seeking his blessings and permission. So even though we make a lot of offenses during the kirtan or chanting, but therefore we must chant this mantra. So all of the devotees already might be knowing Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, remembering the Panchatattva and the associates of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very, very important before we begin chanting or kirtan. And of course, Prabhupada Pranam Mantra. We take permissions from the Guru Parampara before beginning any spiritual activity. And lastly, it's mentioned we should memorize some bhajans to enhance devotional mood. Not again to show our memory, but to enhance devotional mood. So whatever one feels from the heart, one feels connected to some bhajans, it's a very good idea to memorize and sing those while chanting, while walking, while be in the bathroom, going to the office, in the kitchen. Mother Yashoda also used to sing, Yani ani iha geetani tad bala charitani cha. Dadi nirmanthane kali smaranti tani agayata. Remembering Krishna, speaking about Krishna, even at the time of Dadi nirmanthan. So we can chant in any time. We can do kirtan anytime. Even at the time of cooking, we can do or hear some katha or hear some kirtan or sing about Krishna. Full permission given. And if one can memorize some bhajans, as by Vaishnava Acharyas, like Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, etc. That's a very healthy idea. Any thoughts or comments about Kirtan? Anyone has any thoughts, comments, or questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanyavad Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, just would like to add that Srila Prabhupada mentioned that this Mahamantra is not ordinary, it's coming from the spiritual world, and this is a transcendental vibration. It's coming from the spiritual world. That Prabhupada says.
Haribo. Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana. Very nice. It's not an ordinary sound. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Also in the Kirtan, one should not feel, oh, I don't know how to sing, oh, I'm not as poetic, or my voice is not like Lata Mangeshkar, or, like, we don't have to be like, oh, it's not a musical performance. Kirtan should not become a musical performance, or Prabhupada said everyone should be able to do basic kirtan, basic class, basic cooking, basic, you know, one should be able to do. Again, it's not a musical performance. It's Krishna sees the intention. Krishna does not see um, some the best of the pop singers or best of the singers may be able to sing in a better voice, but in the heart of Krishna, that does not really matter because Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. They may not have the devotional sentiment. They may not have, on the other hand, someone may not have a great voice, but they may have a humble, pure heart to sing. That Krishna sees more. And Krishna will give whatever is required. So that's very, very important. So everyone should be in a position to do some basic kirtan. Prabhupada Pranam Mantra, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mantra. Um, like if you see from external perspective, Prabhupada's accent was heavy. Prabhupada did not have musical instruments, and when he came in San Francisco or New York, right, doing kirtan with the hippies, his accent was heavy. He had no instruments, no big microphone or nothing. But his purity was the thing which changed the hearts of people. Mm. So that's how we should, and we should not concoct things in the kirtan. Sorry to say, I've seen sometimes, lot of things which, if the acharyas are not saying, if the senior devotees are not doing it, we should not do things. Sometimes I've seen, like in the kirtan is going on, and then, we say Jai Prabhupada, but calling name of one guru and then guru 2 and guru 3 and guru 4. This is not, you will not see at any temple. So please, let's not do things which, and these small things, see, the intent may be fine. They may not have a bad intent. The intent could be good, but all these small, small things will lead to deviations, right? Concocting new melodies, singing melodies in the like Bollywood songs. Why do we need to do that? We don't need, and it's not required, it's not recommended. So keep it simple. Bhakti is simple. Let's keep it simple, follow it as it is, without concocting, without speculating, without trying to be over creative. And on the name of over creative, we can miss the point. Mm. So let's be very careful of these things. Anything else? Anyone else has to add or comment there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I just you said about not Guru 1, Guru 2. So Prabhu, is do you mean that who has their own Diksha Guru, they should not in the front of the Namhatta, they should not mention that? Only Srila Prabhupada Shiksha Guru, right? That's what you mean? Our universal Shiksha Guru is Srila Prabhupada. So that's, I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
can chant like Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhu, Jaya Guru Deva. When you say, when you're chanting Guru Dev, you're chanting all the Guru Parampara. All Diksha Gurus, Shiksha Gurus are there. But we don't need to say Jai this Maharaj, Jaya this Maharaj, then next, this Maharaj, that, I don't want to say any names here, but this is not appropriate. You'll not see in any temple. I have, in 15 years, I have not seen in any temple. Any temple you go across the world. And these small things, see their intent again. I'm saying their heart may be fine. If it's something, even in Vyas Puja, actually, I have not seen. So let's be mindful of these small things. Vyas Puja is a special occasion, special. Even if one did that, it's a kind of one-off thing. But in regular programs, this should not be, because if one do, also others will think, okay, this is fine. He did. it's fine. Then slowly we get away from and then third person will come, some senior devotee will come from, let's say, GBC comes or some Maharaj is coming and they'll say, what is this going on? Like, who taught you all this thing? Right? Are you following my point? So small things lead to big things eventually. So, and new people may not even know. Therefore, it's important for us to, if someone sees anything which is not aligned with anywhere you go, like Alachua is a kind of a good standard for us, a very good standard for us. Have you ever heard? You must have been to 100 kirtans over there. You will never hear them. So we should not speculate things. And if someone is doing that, we should address that. Mm.
Yeah, also, Prabhuji, I just completed the IDC course recently, so that's why it's very clearly written about this points, Prabhuji. So that's why I just wanted to also make sure to, yeah, it's we should follow the what GBC's protocol is about Guru Tat. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. One should
Prabhuji,
never.
sorry. I
Please.
want to add here one thing. If someone wants to remember his own guru, it should be in mind, not loudly. At home, definitely, but in the gathering, in the association, anyone, if want to remember his guru, that should be in mind.
Mm.
Only Prabhupada's guru should be, Prabhupada's will give the Jayadhani.
Right. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Very valid point. And starting on time, ending on time. There should be some system, right? That's also very important. We must organize, Prabhupada said. We must organize. Every program needs organization. There should be system. There should be chance given to everyone, right? It should not be one person saying and second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and then you realize 2 hours are over, right? That's not how programs should be. There should be a system. Okay, this devotee saying week 1, week 2, we should have a proper roster, right? Week 1, these 2 devotees will sing, this person will give katha, this one will do the arati, this one will do the dhwani. When you go to the temple, you see, okay, today is Mangal Arati by this, Tulsi Arati by this, Narsing Arati by this, Bhagavatam class by this, right? So that's how we should develop a system, and so that everyone gets chance. Everyone gets chance to do different services. So everyone gets a chance to do kirtan. And one day, everyone will not get chance. Like here, everyone will not get chance to read on one day, but every week at least. So we must organize. Organization is very important. We must try to encourage, because in a community there are people who are introvert, there are people who are extrovert. But it's the duty of the community caretakers to give chance to everyone, to uplift those who are too shy, to encourage them. And those who are, if we are always giving chance to one person, actually we think we are helping them, but actually we are harming them unknowingly. Because the day the person does not get chance, he or she feels bad. So we are harming that person actually. These are a little more sensitive things in Vaishnava etiquette and all those, but these are important things, my dear friends, and all of you are very mature Vaishnavas, I'm sharing. But Kirtan, everyone must be able to do some. Try to learn a Kartal if possible. If Kartal is not there, just clap the hands, enthusiasm. Sometimes this is also observed. If my chance comes to greet Kirtan, I am chanting with enthusiasm and this and that. And if Sushilpa Mataji is singing, I am just talking on my phone or just catching up on something else and this, and I am least interested to participate. That's not Kirtan. That's a kind of show of pride. So whether this devotee is singing or that devotee, that everyone should genuinely, enthusiastically chant. Kirtan is a collective effort, right? Whether who is the main singer or who is leading the kirtan is totally secondary. That should not be, if I am leading the kirtan, I am very enthusiastic. But if others are leading, I am just not enthusiastic. That's not, you should chant enthusiastically, dance, clap, sing loudly, etc., etc. Very, very important. Krishna sees that. We may hide from others. We may not be on Facebook Live. The camera may be on the lead singer, but Krishna's cameras are everywhere, right? So we have to be mindful of those things. Again, maybe in the Vaishnava etiquette book, there are more topics about Kirtan, but everyone should, try. Everyone should try, because basically Prabhupada wanted everyone to be able to lead a Bhakti Vriksha program, which includes basic Kirtan, which includes basic class, which includes basic cooking, and some driving might be required to arrange all the logistics. So every devotee in Iskcon, if he has spent 1 year or so sincerely, should be in a position at the end of 1 year to do these few basic things. So let's all try. And with time and with sincerity, Krishna will give more skills and abilities if we are using it properly, and the mood also. Okay, anything else before we move to the next section, which is japa? Japa. Yes, Ruby Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotee Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Japa. Krishna name Mahamantrer eita swabhava ei jape tara Krishne upajaye bhava. It is the nature of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra that anyone who chants it immediately develops his loving ecstasy for Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 7.83. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra Japa is essential for every serious devotee of Krishna. Even though we may be busy with many duties, we must put aside some time every day for chanting Hare Krishna. Japa is best chanted on a japa mala to keep count of the number of times we are chanting. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of Iskcon and empowered propagator of the holy name in the present age, fixed 16 rounds, 16 into 180 chants of the Hare Krishna mantra as the minimum for initiated devotees. Some newcomers to Krishna consciousness find it difficult to chant 16 rounds daily. Such persons may start by chanting fewer rounds daily, 8, 4, 2, or at the very least 1, according to their capacity. Then, as they become accustomed to chanting, they may increase the number of rounds chanted daily until they reach 16. Shall I continue, Prabhuji? Never decrease the number of rounds chanted daily. After taking initiation, never chant fewer than 16 rounds every day. However, chanting japa is not simply a matter of finishing a certain number of rounds. Chanting with quality will help us make rapid spiritual advancement. One should chant japa distinctly with feeling, praying to Krishna and concentrating on hearing his holy name. The best japa malas are made of tulsi wood. Neem wood is also popular. As mentioned above, the malas enable us to count the number of times we chant. The japa mala has 108 beads for counting on and one extra, which is called the head bead. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Back to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Beautiful words. Krishna Name Mahamantra E Swabhava E Jape. Jo japta hai, Tara Krishna Upajaya Bhav. He immediately develops love for Krishna. As we were talking about the other day, the milk has ghee, but the process is there to get the ghee out of it. And that process is sadhana. And the prime limb of sadhana is japa. As Prabhupada emphasized, all the acharyas emphasized. Lord Chaitanya himself was doing Sankhya Purvaka, Namagan, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. They were all chanting the holy name. Very, very important to chant certain number of rounds regularly, 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. One should come to the point, as mentioned. One should not decrease. So back gear nahi lagana. So sometimes 2, 4, then back to 1, then 2, 4, 8, then back to 2. So that's not encouraged. So grow organically and sustainably, and try not to do. Again, life conditionings are very thick. Even back gears happen, but try to jump back and try to kind of get back on track. But if possible, we should avoid the back gear. That means don't fall down from the current state. This question also comes many times. Well, can I chant just in my mind? Why do I need Japamala? I can chant when I feel like. Why do I need mala? I just chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I just chant like this. Japamala, many reasons. It's best to do on Japamala because that's when we are consciously trying to focus. Japamala is non-different from the touching the lotus feet of the Lord. It's like deity. One should keep it at a sacred place or at least a clean place. Sometimes Japamalas are kind of lying everywhere, right? Not healthy. No, we should keep Japamala very protective about Japamala. Not touch with unclean hands, etc. Not take to the bathroom and things like that. It's like a deity. Chanting with quality will help us make rapid spiritual advancement. So quantity is important, but quality is more important. So 3 things mentioned here: distinctly feeling and praying to Krishna, and concentrating on hearing. Right? Very important things. So distinctly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You might be surprised how many times we eat the words in between. Many times we eat the words. And we will not even notice because अपनी गलती तो किसी को नहीं दिखती. My wife tells me, hey, you are eating words, right? So someone who is near you, who is hearing you, can tell, right? Ask the person to record unknowingly when you are not aware, like surprise recording. Ask your husband, wife to record when you are not aware of, right? When the person chanting is not aware that they are being recorded, and then just hear it, and we'll see how we are chanting. Are we missing words? It's not a race to get it done somehow. Kaam khatam, right? It should be chanted with feeling, gratitude, love, praying to Krishna, trying to focus, trying to absorb Krishna. The mind will go. That's the nature of the mind. The mind will try to bring it back. Try to bring it back. The more we try to bring it back, the more we will improve. the more we'll be able to focus, concentrate on the hearing. So all these tips, again, is a very big topic. There are seminars, there are books on japa. We cannot cover this in like 10, 20 minutes. But these are some thoughts. Let's complete this section and read further. So Shilpa Mataji, you want to read further?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Please. Yes, something.
So, Prabhuji, like generally people ask the question, this is common question that we say that there is no rules and regulations for chanting japa, but they ask the question, can we do before bath?
Yeah. Short answer is yes. We can do before bath. Again, good, better, best. It's always best to do after bathing and proper clothes and after. But sometimes, there are practical reasons, or sometimes, let's say, small kids, they have to bathe and then they'll get dirty again, then they have to take bath again. Or sometimes, like one has to clear the bowels, and let's say they are not feeling like clearing bowels, and again 30 minutes later, after they come, they take bath, and 30 minutes later, again have to clear the bowels and take bath again. So after clearing the bowel, one should take bath. That's very, very important. So, so sometimes the best is to take bath and chant, right? But due to any reason, sometimes there could be medical situation. One cannot take bath, right? One operation, surgery, and so many things could be there. So Harinam is very, very pure. It will have effect. It will certainly affect even if someone chants without bathing. It will, and of course, one should, wash the face, wash the hands, and clean the body, and a little bit rinse the mouth and stuff. Not just like get up from the bed and take the bead bag in the hand. At least do some basic cleansing. That's like okay, but the best thing is to take bath and chant.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have one question.
Please.
So yesterday it was mentioned that people should get up at 4 a.m. and take a bath and do all that. So again, just mentioned bowel movements. And that's something that's, I don't know, I guess it's practice or I don't know, I find it difficult. So that early. So
Yeah, I hear you. It is practice also. The body will get tuned, and previous day also matters, right? If we eat at right time, it will get right time digested, and it's all related. At the same time, we develop a practice that okay, even if I get bowel movement later, taking a shower takes maybe kakasnanam. It's a symptom of vidyarthi, or a devotee can also follow. Taking a snan should not take a 1 hour job. It should be like 5 minutes done, right? Or less than 5 minutes, right? Even if one has to take a bath after like twice a day, I mean, it's not bad. It's actually good. Um, so when we develop the habit that okay, every time I clear my bowels, I'll take bath, right? Or when the body gets unclean, like after there are rules like going to cutting hairs, nails, etc., right? One should take bath. Bowel movements, one should take bath. Going to cremation, one should take bath. Sleeping for more than 1 hour, one should take bath in the daytime. Sometimes when it's too sweaty, like sports, yoga, or gym, all that stuff, too sweaty, one should take bath. Or general, one is feeling dull, unclean. Water is mode of goodness. There's no harm in taking thrice also, right? At least once one must take, but twice, thrice, that's absolutely fine also. So practice, yes, practice. Bowel movements will also practice, will help. And again, there's no one size fits all. One's age, one's previous conditionings, like 50 years body has been tuned to something, and overnight we cannot expect changes. It will take time to adjust, but practice will certainly help. Proper diet, proper sleep, proper, like, what do we eat? Like, we may eat at 6 p.m., but what do we eat? That's also important, right? And some can take some natural herbs also to aid digestion and things like that, like triphala and stuff like that, based on one's body and constitution to help, right? Does that help or complicate things?
Oh, that's good. It is complicated. But yeah, I
Try.
understand. And age also is a big factor in all this.
Age also is a big factor. Absolutely. I hear you, Prabhu. Try your best, and Krishna sees our situations, and he'll help us out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Any other comments there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have one question, Prabhu.
Yeah, please.
Prabhuji, so we're trying to complete daily like 16 round of chanting, but sometimes suppose some like bad condition, some other condition, if you are not able to complete that day 16 round. So some devotees suggested like if you are not complete it, then maybe that remaining round you can carry forward to the next day. So is it, Prabhuji, the right way to do?
Hare Krishna. What to say? This is a tricky question. All these tricky questions. Um, I asked this to Shamanand Prabhu, who is a very senior brahmachari. It happens, see, life, it happens. Prabhupada answered this differently at different times. So we may get different responses. We may get a response that, did you forget to eat? Did you forget to sleep? You didn't forget to eat or sleep. How can you forget to chant 16 rounds that day? At one point, Prabhupada said, if you can't chant 16 rounds in a day, you are nothing less than an animal. So different responses Prabhupada gave for this question. But yes, devotees also say, Kyare thake mare ro pitke somehow, like कर्ज करके माला नींद भी आ रही है, मन भी नहीं लग रहा है, रो पिट के रात के 12-1 बजे छोड़ो उसको, just sleep and do tomorrow. Right? Are you following? Because that, if one is trying to somehow, like, that 4 rounds will take like 2 hours. Has anyone experienced that? Raise your hand if you have experienced that. 4 rounds will take 2 hours, right? Because, मन नहीं कर रहा, नींद भी आ रही है, and सो गए बीच में, और याद है, हरे कृष्णा, oh, I'm still at like 2 more rounds to go, 1 घंटा खत्म हो गया. Then the devotee said, Baba, you बख्श दो, you have mercy on the rounds, have mercy on the mala, leave it aside, so do tomorrow. That's fine, but exceptions should not become a regular thing. We should not that every week this is happening, or every other time this is happening. Ek devotee. See, bhakti is so variegated. One devotees are like, मेरा इतना backlog हो गया, so much backlog I have, अब मेरा वृंदावन जाके complete होगा. Because in Vrindavan, you chant once, it's equivalent to chanting 1,000 rounds. So much backlog I have developed, I cannot even complete in my lifetime. Right? Like, इस दिन का इतना माला, इस दिन का इतना माला pending, इस दिन का इतना, right? So, you'll find all kinds of devotees. Iskcon is so huge. One time in a Gurukul, One teacher went and the boys did not have the mala in their bead bag and said, "Oh, what are you chanting? There's no mala inside." So jokes apart, exceptions should not become a normal thing. One is seriously, let's say, one got operated, right? Now, serious situation. See, life is no like Krishna. Am I trying to cheat Krishna or is it a very genuine situation? Krishna will understand that. अब किसी का surgery हुआ, right? Their surgery, like they can't even, they are maybe like unconscious for 12, 14, sometimes 16 hours. And after they get up and they are like, they don't know where they are, right? Happens. Now we can't expect that person to chant 16 rounds that day. If someone delivered a baby, and that too after a lot of stress, do you expect that person, that Mataji, even if she's initiated, you can't expect that person to be chanting, her heart wants that. Her mind wants that. So, but it is, situations are there. Life is not one size fits all. There are situations, there are challenges, there are sometimes health or practical situations, but exceptions should not become a norm. That's point number one. साल में एक दो बार हो गया ऐसा, understandable. But हर हफ्ते, every week it's happening, every month it's happening. Then we need to realign something. Why is it happening? Maybe I'm not prioritizing something, right? Again, I'm not saying it has not happened to me. It does happen. I feel very bad when it happens. I curse myself, but what to do? And to this Krishna, please forgive me. I'm very fallen. Please forgive me. And next day, try to chant more, right? Compensate. Compensate extra, like, right? 2 rounds if you missed, and okay, next day I'll chant 4. That's my punishment. Myself, not punishment, not a punishment, but it's my kind of like, I need to do something extra. Something like that should be done, can be done. These are some thoughts, but again, you may find different responses for this question, but this, does it help, or I don't know if it complicates.
So thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else wants to add any comments there?
Prabhuji, I have one more question, but on that,
Yeah, take all questions.
I just want to like if you can throw a little light on why only 16 rounds specifically, and why 108 beads. I know I have read a little bit. So what it said that like Prabhupada said that since like because of modern life and all, it was reduced to certain number, and then some videos I watched or read, so they say that it's the minimum count of the heartbeat or something like that. But I want a little more clarification on why only 16 and why
Yes, there
each round is
is.
108.
Why each round is?
Why each round is of 108 beads, and why 16 rounds specifically? Hare Krishna.
16 is minimum. Prabhupada initially said 64, and devotees said 64. Prabhupada, we can't do it. 32. I mean, Haridas Thakur was chanting 192, 24 hours. Who of us can do that? Then 64, then 32, then Prabhupada said nothing less than 16. So it's a recommended by the Acharya, the Vartamana Acharya for this age. And as you said, I have also heard that the heartbeat or the number of breaths we take in the 16-syllable mantra, so it's equivalent to how many every breath we are taking is we are remembering one name of God. So that's many total breaths we take, that's many total names we chant. But those are secondary reasons, I feel. The number one reason is this is the recommended process by the current Acharya. It's like the doctor gives the medicine. Take this one pill, this one take two pills, and this one take only once a week. We may develop some scientific, okay, why he said this one take once a week, why he said this one take twice a day. But the best reason is the doctor is a recommended bona fide doctor and he knows what he's doing and he is my well-wisher and that's what he is given. And of course, following Guru Sadhu Shastra. And of course, there are multiple other reasons, 108 prime gopis, 108 Upanishads, and there are like tons of other reasons also, which one can also reflect upon. 108 is a very, very auspicious number as per spiritual calculation. 108 Upanishads, 108 chief gopis. And there is one video where someone recently shared 108 what each gopi, each bead represents, the gopas and the pramukh gopis, the sakha, the head bead, which is like representing Krishna, the 8 beads representing the 8 sakhis. So like that, there's the 108 definition also. So you'll find multiple reasons. But what I feel most satisfactory and satisfying answer is the Acharya for this age has given this process for our good, minimum.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. There's also a point comes about Tulsi bead and Neem bead. Initially, we recommend devotees to chant on Neem beads, 1, 2, 4, 8 rounds. And as they gradually stabilize and start chanting 16 and start taking shelter, etc., they can gradually chant on Tulsi beads. Or some devotees, actually, I was chanting on Neem beads till the day I got initiated. Yeah, I don't recollect. I'll tell you a little bit my journey. 2007, I entered college. 2005, I was in 10th grade when I met devotees. Of course, I was born in a pious family, going to Holy Yatra, Ayodhya, and all. Also, I've been, now Ayodhya is very famous. I have been before also. I don't recollect very well because I was maybe like 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old. I've been to so many holy places, I can't even recollect my parents, grandmother, etc. Govardhan was like our family vacation. So very dear since very childhood. I don't recollect how many times I've circumambulated. And of course, going to Vaishno Devi, etc. All those places we used to go. But in 10th grade, and I was in 10th or end of 10th grade, and that vacation time, I got in touch with Iskcon devotees. Actually, at one time, when my father, like Govardhan, was vacation in the sense, of course, in a spiritual way. My father was contemplating putting me in that Iskcon Gurukul. But maybe he thought, oh, this poor child, how will he get up at 4 a.m.? And, maybe he didn't proceed with that. Whatever happens, it's all Krishna's plan. Anyways, but he was telling me that he was thinking at some point, but he didn't proceed with that decision. Anyways, 11th grade, 2005, I started going to temple a little bit. And then college, 2007. At that time, I was chanting maybe 1, 2 rounds on and off here and there. But 2008, I started chanting 16 rounds, like June 2008. And all glories to my teachers, Shiksha Gurus at that time, who helped me a lot. 2008 and 2008 have passed, 9 passed, 10 passed. 11, I was in Bombay for 6 months. That was a very good time for my bhakti. Lot of good association. And that's the time I decided I want to take shelter initiation from so-and-so guru. So after about 2, 3 years. So 11 passed, 12 passed, 13 passed. End of 14, I got my first initiation. So it does take more time in India. But again, as we discussed, it's not a haste thing. All depends on Guru's mercy. I don't know why I'm sharing that. Oh yeah, the japa beads. So yeah, until that point, 8 to 40, I was chanting on neem beads only practically. Um, so it's not that, oh, chanting on tulsi beads makes one more advanced. That is not, it's not the criteria. Yeah, if someone thinks like that, So initially, and I'm not saying one has to change at the time of initiation. After initiation, one must chant on tulsi beads. One can change before also. It's totally fine. Take permission from your local authorities or whoever is guiding you. But at least get to the point of 16 rounds before that switch. That's since that topic is there, so I want to cover some questions around that. Is he okay? Neem beads versus tulsi beads question. Hare Krishna. Any other questions, thoughts, comments on this subject or any subject which we have covered, Kirtan, and this little bit about japa? It's good. You ask questions, so it's clear, and this helps me. This helps others. This helps everyone. I'm not a perfect teacher. I have a lot of shortcomings, but I'm trying, and we're all trying.
Prabhuji, I had a question.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, if I'm sitting alone and doing kirtan, but I'm doing it alone, is that a kirtan or that's a japa?
That's Kirtan. If you're doing, you're doing loudly or just clapping or you're seeing your form of, you're seeing some deity or picture, Hare Krishna. When you're doing on Zoom, it's Kirtan, right? Whether you are, japa is primarily when you're holding the japa mala in your hand. We're moving the jaw and moving the paw, jaw, and moving the hands using, the fingering the japa mala. Japa, the main difference is Kirtan is loud, enthusiastically. You can dance also. Right? We should dance. One should not feel, oh, घर पे क्या dance करना? घर पे भी dance करो. किसने रोका है? Who is stopping us from dancing? We should dance at home. Right? It's not that one program will happen on Sunday, I'll dance. Dance with your family. Dance, chant loudly, dance. Do kirtan, engage your kids, let's dance, everyone dance. Exercise bhi hoga, energy bhi hoga, kids are full of energy, let's dance, jump up and down, right? Show enthusiasm, chant. And that's kirtan. The short answer, yes, that's kirtan.
Okay. That's a question, Prabhuji. So in kirtan, I've read that when you do kirtan, when you're doing kirtan with others, with their devotees, then it is very beneficial. It is better. Is that so, Prabhuji? If I do kirtan alone, it's not as effective?
So that again, there was some network issue on my part.
But if you do kirtan with other devotees, are you able to hear me? It's my headphones, I think.
When you do kirtan alone, okay.
I read that when you do kirtan with other devotees, then it is very good. But if you do kirtan alone, is it as good?
See, there's no one answer again to this question. One could be with other devotees, but watching their phone or is totally spaced out. Has anyone experienced that? One could be with 1,000 devotees. In Sadhu Sangha, 1,000 devotees are chanting, but one could be spaced out watching their phone or something. And one could be alone and trying to absorb. Now, the likelihood of being alone and being spaced out is high, right? The likelihood of being alone, suddenly the phone rings. Oh, let me check who is calling me, right? But if you're sitting with 5 devotees, they're chanting enthusiastically, we're dancing. So, okay, forget about the phone. I'll take care of it later. So, yes, so therefore, the Sangha helps. The Sangha helps to the degree we want to be helped. But the Sangha should be able to recharge us so that even when we are at home, okay, this 10 minutes I'll do Kirtan, chant, dance enthusiastically, phone bajne do, jo hona hai hone do, right? I'll do chant and dancing, right? This is my time for Krishna and me and my family. We'll do all chant, dance, and sing loudly. Then it is also equally good. It is sadhu sangha. All the devotees in your home are sadhus, and you are doing sangha and chanting Hari now. It's sadhu sangha at your home. And that's what we have to develop, right? Because weekly program will go once or monthly, or I don't know how often you would get the chance to be in that circle. But the goal of going to that circle is that we develop that circle at our house, in our family, or individually, whatever way, to recharge our spiritual batteries. So it's not like, okay, over there also we have probability of being spaced out. At home also we have probability of being spaced out. So it's all a matter of consciousness, right? Where we are, where our mind is. Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Yes.
Prabhuji. I have a question, Prabhuji. If anyone is chanting less than 16 rounds, is it okay if he is chanting on Tulsi bead, or he should be chant on Neem beads?
If someone is chanting less than 16 rounds, is it okay to chant that they chant on Tulsi beads? Is that the question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
It's okay, provided they are taking proper care of the Tulsi beads and respecting it to the extent it should be.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So, Prabhuji, I heard that before initiation, one should not be a chant on the Tulsi bead. As initiation already happened, so it must be 16 rounds.
I mean, that's what I initially said. I
Yeah.
agree absolutely. But now the question, see, there are a lot of like ifs and buts here. If someone is already now doing it, now the best thing is to not allow that from the beginning only. But अभी जो कर रहा है, अब उसको बोलेंगे यार इसको बंद कर. He'll feel offended, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now we'll say, no, you are neophyte. You are doing a mistake. You are doing offense. Oh, sir, oh my God, I've been chanting for 1 year on this. And like he'll be like, alas. So now, if you can explain this to them, that's fine. So therefore, it is always easy to correct in the beginning. Because a deviation happens, it's always hard to bring back to track. So we should try as an individual and as a community to avoid these things. It may seem small, but small things can get bigger. So firstly, we should avoid handing over Tulsi beads to others. We don't order Tulsi beads in bulk. We
Yes.
order only on special cases for those who are about to get initiated or those who request, or we say, okay, apne aap you order from Vrindavan when your initiation comes, right? So we should be mindful of that. But if someone now they're already doing for, let's say, 2-3 years, so we can guide them that let's be mindful and take proper care and be more alert.
Okay,
Right.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hari Bol.
Prabhu, just I want to share my experience, whatever I learned from Nitya Bhagavata Sevya. Okay, just for 2 minutes, Prabhu. You have organized to the 25 slokas reciting and without seeing bhava, and that competition you have conducted 1.5 years back, I think, Prabhu. So that was very, very useful for me. And that how I how we have to recite the slokas, how we have to remember them, that I have shared in my group, Prabhu. So from that day onwards, Radhashyam Mataji's group was there. So in that we are practicing the slokas, 108 important verses from the Bhagavad Gita. And now so many devotees are learning the slokas without seeing. And if we explain just how you have asked the questions in that pattern only, we are practicing, Prabhu, and that was very, very good and helpful for us, Prabhu. And regularly we are chanting 16 to 32 rounds in the early morning itself. So in Krishna consciousness, early morning chanting is gives us a good energy whole the day, as you have told earlier, Prabhu. It was a very good experience, and thanks a lot for you, Prabhu, guiding us in this way, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
And eagerly waiting for another section for the competition, Prabhu. 50 slokas.
Hare Bol.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you
Hare
so much,
Krishna.
Mataji. You are sincerely taking it and inspiring others also. That's your greatness. So thank you so much for doing that. All
Hare
right.
Krishna, Prabhuji. I am doing my Bhakti Shastri course from Iskcon Tirupati, Prabhu. So it was very, very helpful how to remember the slokas, how to means if they ask the bhavam in Sanskrit or Hindi, we can understand the slokas in between. Now we are going through the 14th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu. So it is very, very helpful for me to learn the slokas without seeing, and bhavam and bhashyam also, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Hare Bol. Hare Bol. Poli Mataji, you want to share something?
Yeah,
Please.
my question, Prabhuji, about position, like when we do the japa, we have to sit down all the time. Can we stand? Can we walk around as long as we are doing it with mindful?
On the beads, you mean, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On the beads. Okay. Again, good, better, best. Right? Best is to sit at one place and at that sacred place, right? Whether it's on the floor, on asan, on a maybe in the puja room or in front of deities or near Tulasi or amongst Vaishnavas. These are sacred places, so we can have a sacred space. You can sit on the ground or on the chair or on the mat, or that's secondary based on one's body, but sitting is best because if we are, but if one is feeling sleepy during that time, then one can do a walk, small, gentle walk around if one is feeling like too sleepy, because then mind may turn off if you. So we can stand also, right? Many devotees you may see are doing parikrama, and while they're chanting. So best is to sit. Next, you can stand, look at the deities, look at some picture of Krishna, and focus. Next is gentle walk. And that too, like when you're walking, I mean, try to not explore new territory, right? For example, if you're walking inside your home, you're not exploring something new. The same picture, the same wall, the same. But if you're walking outside, the tendency will be to explore. Okay, oh, gaadi kiska hai? Who's a new person in town? Oh, they're building a new house here. Looks like someone is moving, right? This mind starts. Has it happened to anyone? Right? It will happen, right? So now if you're going in a shopping mall and chanting, it's not the best thing. The bonus rounds can be chanted that way, right? But some fixed rounds, 2, 4, 6, whatever. And it's also practice. When we learn to sit and chant, initially the mind will rebel. Check the phone, check what the kids are doing, check what the kitchen is happening, and things like that. But we practice, we learn the art to sit and chant and tell the mind, okay, 30 minutes, I won't move. Start with that 30 minutes. 30 minutes, I won't move. Or whatever, 15 minutes or 2 rounds, I won't move. I'll glue it to this asana, right? You can set your time. I won't respond to anything. It's just me and Krishna. Unless the world is on fire, I won't move. So we can have this self-talk. DND, do not disturb. Put a DND outside. Does that
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
You're very sincere asking this question. All I'm repeating, my dear friends, don't think like I'm repeating for my own self. I have tons of shortcomings and tons and room to improve. So you are actually my greatest well-wishers, helping me to reinforce that in my head and heart. Thank you. Okay, we are over time as always, because all of you join also late. So that's that's what you get. Hare Krishna, sorry. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyo cha, Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Thank you, Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Very well, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna.